Hello and welcome to this video series on Drupal. Now in this video we're going to be adding some more content to our site, namely stories or articles as well as videos, just so we can cover all the bases as far as the content that can be added under stories. And we're going to start off by adding some more pages over here that we can use as what I call parent navigation links. We've got pages up here for our primary links. We're going to have pages over here for our navigation links. So let's go ahead and go to create content, go to page, and this being a real estate based website, what I'm talking about parent and child articles basically is this is a parent, these are the children. So I want to create a parent called Real Estate 101, so all of my articles, so for example the first I'm going to create is buying your first home, will be here. Likewise with videos, I'll have one for how-to videos, and underneath that will be, just as these are, there will be how-to videos for this, how-to videos for that, and so on. And again, just a way to keep things organized. So first off, let's go ahead and create the page for Real Estate 101. Under menu settings, that's for this stuff here, navigation, we're going to go with Real Estate 101. And I want to make sure that, because primary links are these guys up here, and I want navigation links for these guys over here. And the weight, we'll just leave that alone. The body, could just leave this alone too, but I'm going to go ahead and put in just a little bit of verbiage, and now we get to play with our WYSIWYG buttons. We're going to go bold. Let's give this a little bit more of a girth with heading number 3. And let's brighten that up a bit. Actually, let's just go ahead and center this. There we have it. That looks good. And then we'll come on down here just to double check our input formats at full HTML. Because remember, this is a page, so the defaults on this are going to be sometimes going to be a little bit different than those are on our stories that we're coming up with. Revision, that's good. Book, that's good. Not mess with any of that. Comments disabled. URL path. And here we're going with real estate articles. That's the one. I knew it was in there somewhere. And authoring information. I'm going to leave that blank. Not so much blank, but as it is. Publishing options. Published. Don't necessarily need it to the front page. We'll save that for our stories. Click on save, and here we go. That's where we want. Let's do another one for videos. Go to create content, page, and we're going to go with videos, menu settings, videos. Well, you'd think I've done this before, the way all these things are popping up here. Yes, and we'll leave that alone. And the body, yeah, I'll put a little something something in there as well. Again, let's play with our WYSIWYG buttons. Go with bold, heading 3. Let's bring this up a hair just in case those of you aren't able to see this. Okay, that should work. Yeah, I think that'll work. Come on down here, input info, that's cool. Again, all this should be the very same, so why am I taking up time? Because I can. Comment settings disabled, URL path, and we're going with videos on this one. Actually, we're going with how-to videos. Authoring information, publishing options, that is good. Okay, we're set. Now our pages are done. Now we need to create the stories, the gist behind this particular video. Now, to do that, we will go to create content and come on down here to story. Now, one thing I want to point out on the body, but I'll get to that here in just a sec, because this one's going to be buying real estate or buying your first home. And under menu settings, buying your first home, and we want to put it under the Real Estate 101 navigation. So come on up here to navigation, Real Estate 101. So that way it's going to fall right under here. Just like these guys fall under Create Content, this one's going to fall under Real Estate 101. Or at least that's what the manual says will happen. And here, what I want to do is I want to copy information from a Word document and paste it in here. And that will accomplish two things. One, that whenever you copy from a Word document or from a Microsoft front page HTML document, form, whatever you want to call it, that Microsoft has a tendency of adding some junk code, and that's why you want to not copy directly from a Microsoft document and paste it into an HTML editor. You want to first copy and paste it into a text editor, just like the Notepad editor that comes with your Windows program, and then copy that into your HTML form here. But first I just want to show you. So here I'm going to right click, and that's another thing with this particular HTML editor. I'll just click on this. Whenever you right click, normally you get a little menu here that says, you can select all, paste, copy, cut, whatever. Well, this is what pops up with this FCK editor, and it says because of your browser security settings, the editor is not able to blah 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 blah. To paste in here, you have to paste in this box by holding down the control button on your keyboard and pressing the letter V. They call this one of the control keyboard shortcuts. Well, let's just bypass all that crud and just do it right here. Make sure your cursor's in here. Hold your control key down on your keyboard and hit the letter V as in Victor, and boom, you are now pasting all that information in here that it's all the same formatting and bold letters and all that good stuff. So anyway, let's come on down here, finish this up. Input format, again, we're good. And now this is the story, so there may be some changes here on the default settings, so we just want to go through here real quick just to make sure all is good. Comment settings, this time that's correct. Under stories, for the most part, at least ways I do, we want our visitors and other members to be able to read and comment. That is the read and write. URL path, this one is buying the first home. Authoring info, that's fine, and this too is changed. We want this promoted to the front page. Click on save, and let's see how those wonderful folks over at Microsoft provide us with the junk code. Lovely. Now actually, aside from this, everything else looks fine in here. We got the bold, we just have this what looks like commenting code, so let's get rid of that. Come on back up here, go to edit. And now then, I've copied all that information from the Word document onto this text document. And you can see it's just a notepad, text editor, plain old plain old. And now then, we will right click here, or however you want to copy it onto your clipboard. Select all. Left click on copy. Now it's in my clipboard. Come on down here. Everything else should be left alone, basically. Should still be the same. Now then here, just put your cursor in here anywhere. Control key on your keyboard, another shortcut for you folks. Letter A is an apple, that highlights everything or selects all. And then we'll just paste what's in our clipboard, that we copied from our notepad text document. We'll just Control V that right on top of this. Control key, V as in Victor, paste. Now you can see we pasted everything in here. The only difference this time is that we do not have the bold formatting, so let's do that on a couple of these just for demonstration purposes. Highlight those, skip a couple, and then highlight that first one and bold. Now everything else should be the same. Comment, that's good, and publishing options, that's the same. So let's save this time, and again, this is what happens when you copy from the Word document, put into a normal old text editor like Notepad, and then copy from the Notepad. You see, get rid of all that garbage, and then the formatting, just as we take care of during the on that HTML editor, and you see right here. So that is how we can do that as far as adding content or adding a story to our site. And this we've got it on the front page, so let's do that. This is a link to our front page, our home page. Click on that just to show you what I'm talking about. And here it is. This is our home page. The very first article. So as we add articles, this one's going to move down unless we make this one sticky, which will keep this at the top. But I don't see any reason to do that. So you can click on here or the read more, and that will take you to the full article. Pretty awesome, huh? So let's go ahead and add that video real quick. We do that by going to create content. You see too how it fell under the Real Estate 101. Awesome. Now we click on story, because that's what we're going to do. Only this time we're going to add a video. Now, of course, a couple of ideas come to mind here as far as adding videos. There are modules that you can add to your site that will make this a little bit easier. Matter of fact, the module we added for this WYSIWYG allows us to do so, I think, real easy right here. Now, what we need to do now is we need to have a video that's hosted elsewhere, whether it is on YouTube, or basically what I've done is I've uploaded a video, one of my videos, to my server, and here is the link. Just kind of show you real quick here. Here's the domain name, as you can see right here, and the subdomain name that we're working in right here. And I've got a folder in there called videos. That's where I'm going to house all of my videos. And then this is the actual name of the video. Now then, it has, for this to work, it has to end in .swf or .flv. That's Frank Lima Victor. So let's go ahead and copy this into our clipboard. Right click, copy, and minimize that. Now, and if you want to put some text in here, that's fine. But now remember, folks, this is for the sake of the training video. This video that I'm installing here does not have anything to do with real estate, but it is called the GIMP. And if you're not familiar with the GIMP, it's like a Photoshop alternative, a free one at that. So if you're interested in it, do a Google search for it. So here we're going to go with, keep it simple. Let's just do this. Video 9. And here we want it under navigation, videos, right here. And we'll leave the weight alone. Now in the body, if you want to put something in here, that's fine. This is the GIMP how-to video on the Paths tool. Bold it, and as we've done before, give it a heading 3, and then hit your return key so you got your cursor down here. Now then we click on the flash icon. You see you've got a few options up here, so you can actually just browse here to your desktop and it'll upload to the server. Got some advanced features here you can play around with, but I'm mainly interested here. Now then, if you don't know the width or the height, well, you should. Now what I did, since I'm the one that created the video, I've got them on my desktop in a folder actually. Let me just bring that up real quick. And whenever I rendered this video in Camtasia Studio as a SWF, and I'm not going to go into instructions on how to do that, but whenever I did anyway, I got 4 files. The XML file, which is useless to me. This is the SWF, the actual video itself. And these are the embedding properties here, the HTML document and the JS file. Now what we want to do to find the actual width and height, if that's a big deal, because you can't just fake it. You could put just nothing in there and you'll have like a little thumbnail size video, or you can put, you can guess. It will just make the video fit whatever dimensions you put in there. So it might be a little warped looking depending upon where you got the dimensions too big or too small. But this is how you find the exact dimensions. Open this up in an HTML editor or just anything. I'm going to go with Notepad and just scroll on down just a hair. Right here it is. Oh, you can find it, I'm sure. But right between the div tag media and the opening and closing, well, if I were to embed this on another HTML page, like a website, this is what all I would be embedding, all the way down to the closing object tag. And this information in here tells you all about the video. So somewhere in here is going to give you the dimensions of that video. Actually, here's the path to that video. It's not an actual path, it's just where it's located at on my desktop. And here are the dimensions, 478 by 405. These are the numbers I'm looking for. So minimize that, 478. And again, we could put 500 by 400 in here just as a guess, which is what I would have done, and it would have been really close. Oh yeah, and the path. Right here, copy. And again, I just simply uploaded this to my server, and you can do that through any FTP client if you've got the video, or this would also be the URL if you're getting it from YouTube, for example, or any of the video hosting sites online. They'll give you an embed code and a URL. You, in this example, would want the URL. And then just paste that in here, and gives you a little preview here. Hit OK, scroll on down. Of course, you can't see it because this is in the HTML mode. But let's go on down here to input format just to confirm. That's right. Everything else, this being a story, is going to be a little different than the page, but the same as the last story. And we want people to comment on this, tell us how great our video is. And here we want the video, the GIMP paths video. And again, no spaces in here. Fill it either with an underscore or the hyphen, or all together. Just this looks visually better. As far as search engines are concerned, it doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. I'm not an SEO expert yet. And then authoring info, that's fine. Publishing, let's send it to the front page. And click on save. And if all is right with the world, this should fall under this. And our video should pop up here. And underneath this should be our real estate article. Okay, so it's not. Oh yeah, we're not on the home page yet. But that's cool. That is it. And let's go to the home page, see how that looks. Of course, you click on that to start playing the video. And underneath here is our article on real estate, which is good. Just click on this and see. And you can see it scrolling through, and as the timer says, it is playing. That is it, folks. That is how you add story content to your site, and adding video as well as text. So hopefully you learned something from these videos. Hopefully you enjoyed them too. And thank you much for watching, and you have a great day.